5 Series models have internal flange hull and deck joints. For many years, the earlier Catalinas used an external flange, often called a shoebox type, where the deck overlapped the hull. Perfectly fine, works very well, and is almost leak-proof. There are some advantages to internal flange, and I think they especially work well on bigger boats. So all of our current 5 Series boats and larger boats are internal flange hull and deck joints. We're basically using 2 different styles of hull and deck joint on the 5 Series boats, both internal flange. Some have the deck and then an aluminum extrusion over the joint, and so the joint between them is right here, and the deck sits pretty well flat right on the internal flange, and then the balsa core ends right there. The later boats, and we first pioneered this system with the 275, and it was kind of done as an experiment to see how well it worked, and it worked very well. And we're refined that system where we're using it on the 425, and it'll be on the new 525, but even in a kind of a grander scale. And this is to have a 2-piece mold, and the top part of the mold forms the tow rail and the internal flange, and the bottom part of the mold is, of course, the hull. And we join these 2 parts of the mold. After we skin both parts out, we join the molds and lay it up so it's one continuous monocoque structure. And we've actually molded the tow rail, premier tow rail, in as a part of the hull. So it's extremely strong and very leak-proof. Then the deck sits on the flange. It's molded as part of the hull collar right here, and we just have a tiny caulk joint right there. And on the 525, we'll do this in a way where we won't even have a caulk joint there. What this requires is very, very precise tooling and a big removable collar. But in terms of assembly, we don't have an aluminum tow rail, so we want to get away from the aluminum tow rail on some of the larger models. They still work extremely well on some models, but for the 525 and the 275, we want to experiment with this molded-in tow rail. Especially a bigger boat like the 525 where you want a taller bulwark. The bulwarks on the 525 will be about 3 inches tall. So when you're on the weather deck or the foredeck, you really have a secure place to rest your foot against as the boat heels.
Mm-hmm.